Hey YouTube, it's Hannah Loba. If you want more MotoAmerica content, check out the new and vastly improved MotoAmerica Live Plus app. It's the only place you can catch all the race action in one place all season long. Click the link in the description below.
Rocco Landers, our pole sitter over Alessandro Di Mario and Gus Rodeo on the front row.
Yeah, Rossi Moore, great qualifying there on the second row. Avery Dreyer, Dominic Doyle.
And Jack Roach, Shannon Varsky had a good run yesterday, and Jeff Bean back on row number 3.
Jeffrey Pert, Joseph Bittner, and Romeo Chiavini is going to try to have a better ride today.
Take a look at row number 5. You got Bryce DeBoer, Graham Williams, and Sean Morris there with Rodney Vest and Nathan Jessup rounding out the field. We are ready for the start of this race. The lights are on, reds are up, lights out. It's time to race here. Race number 2 for BellissiMoto Twins Cup at Brainerd International Raceway.
Looks like a carbon copy of yesterday's start. Rocco with a really good launch, and Rossi Moore from the second row able to come up there pretty quick and try to challenge with Alessandro Di Mario, able to make the move down into turn 2.
He certainly had some momentum coming through. Rocco Landers right there. He said, I don't think so. This one's mine to control, and he's trying to get the lead back.
He wants to get the lead, and also Alessandro Di Mario does not want to let Rocco lead. They know the pace that he has, so you can see how aggressive he was early on in that race.
We were missing a couple of riders that make the start. Jack Roach and Sean Morris, neither one of them were out there. So 15 riders will be shown on your scoring screen as Rocco Landers.
Man, that started in the turn before when Di Mario made a really good lunge on Rocco Landers, and Rocco pushed him a little bit wide and came back.
So replay on the left-hand side of your screen.
See, look at Rocco coming in there from deep. If Alessandro didn't pick up the bike, they would probably not have stayed on the track. But, you know, Rocco's being aggressive early, but it opened up the door for the guys behind him.
You saw Rocco look over his shoulders. After that, what was it he was looking for, you think?
I think he was just looking over to, you know, hopefully know that he didn't knock him down and just kind of give him a look.
And Rossi Moore there at the head of this pack with Rocco right behind him, and then Avery Dreyer has been able to get himself to third. Rodeo and Alessandro Di Mario are able to put Avery Dreyer back down into 5th. This is the battle for 3rd right now between Gus Rodeo and Alessandro.
And Alessandro's got a little bit more pace right now. Needing to make that pass really quick. You can see Rossi Moore and Rocco pulling away. Avery Dreyer.
It's an issue for Avery. You see him shaking his head. Doesn't seem like he can get it back under power. Big disappointment for Avery Dreyer.
Yeah, just tough day, and you just see the frustration for that young rider. You know, some days just nothing can go right, and he's having one of those days, and it's tough to see after a good weekend he was having.
He was able to finish inside the top 5 yesterday. He finished 5th and was coming off of a 4th place finish back at MotoAmerica. But we're going to go back up front now because Rocco Landers, the dominance that he had all weekend long through each of the sessions, setting track records and qualifying as well as at race pace yesterday, and the rest of the field just trying to catch up with him. But you said it this morning, them being able to catch and watch and race with Rocco Landers is going to do nothing but improve them no matter what happens. This lap, he's closed it even more.
He's closed it even more, and he wants, you know, we've seen that aggressive pass Rocco put on him early, and he wants to make one as well.
Yeah, up until that point, we hadn't seen that level of aggression out here in the Twins Cup Championship, but we talked about it at the top of this show that there's only 2 races left after today, and if Alessandro Di Mario is going to go and try and kill the momentum that Rocco Landers has, today's the day to do it.
You see Rocco, such a smart rider, knowing that and blocking it.
I loved what Rocco said earlier today. The Twins Cup will always have a special place in his heart. They're his favorite bikes to ride, and this bike in particular, the best one that he's ever had. So he's got a head full of confidence right now. He knows what he's capable of, and all he has to do is hold off the rest of the field. You see these 2 battling for the lead. We're now starting the second half, and this is where the riders started talking yesterday about the back half of the race and how they didn't have quite enough, and have they saved it?
Alessandro, just like we thought, right there in turn 2, able to get on the inside of Rocco. Now it's going to be a braking contest down into turn 3. Rocco fights right back, but does he run wide? See Rocco looking over. Rocco keeps it tight here in this long right-hander. I see Alessandro always kind of looks like he wants to get up the inside of him, but Rocco just doesn't drift high enough. If Rocco slips up and drifts a little bit higher in that right-hander one of these laps, Alessandro is one of those places he keeps looking like he's trying to make a pass. Catching Rocco is one thing, but passing a guy like Rocco is another. But you see how close Alessandro is, just trying to force Rocco to make a mistake. We've seen him real fast through this left, try to get on the inside. Here, I don't know if he's close enough, but he does make it. But can he make it stick?
He definitely was able to do it. Rocco, though, he's been watching as well. And now as Alessandro is able to pull away just enough. So replay on the left-hand side of your screen. We saw this from the drone.
Rocco, last corner. Feeling that pressure from Rocco this whole race, the speed that he's going and not making any mistakes. He's got one more lap. Rocco got in a little bit deep. You've seen that.
All right, as they're coming around, you can see the white flag waving. We are beginning the final lap of this 11-lap race. And for Rocco Landers, you see him sitting in second. He has sat there patiently after Alessandro Di Mario made that pass. It is time to be patient no more as Rocco Landers makes the move around. And here on the last lap, Roger, he waited.
He waited and knew where he was faster. And you talk about Rocco being smart. Now we're going to see if Alessandro Di Mario can make the pass, but Rossi Moore wants to make a move as well.
Rossi Moore sat behind the two of them. He watched both of them. He knew exactly where Di Mario was quick. He knew where Landers had an advantage, and he waited until the last lap. And with Rocco now out in the lead, Rossi Moore wants to move up a step on that podium.
Yeah, and Alessandro Di Mario was able to get that pass back, but you can see those two going back and forth. It gave Rocco a little bit of breathing room.
Just a little bit for Rocco Landers, but as we get through this lap, it was Alessandro Di Mario who had been quicker each lap prior on the back half of this racetrack. So for Rocco Landers, he's got to put his head down and just be able to defend on this final lap.
Just not leave the door open through that right-hander. See how low he's staying, and from here, Rocco's bike, he's been strong in the race. And you see how they come out of the chicane there through this fast left, right. Rocco's able to open up a couple bike lengths again. Now Alessandro Di Mario's going to have to worry about Rossi Moore.
Said it yesterday, when Rocco puts that leg out, you know how comfortable he's feeling. And for Rocco Landers, he sat back in second place. He waited patiently for his turn to make the move. He made that pass. He made it stick as Rocco Landers takes the win in race number 2 for the Twins Cup here at Brainerd International Raceway. Big round of applause from everybody over at the Revzilla. Vance and Hines, you see the number 96 of Gus Rodeo in 4th place, some 10 seconds behind that battle that we saw unfolding for the podium. And Dominic Doyle there on the number 25, bringing his bike home. And if he can make around this last turn without any incident, Dominic Doyle will go home with 5th place points today. Here we've got Rocco Landers leading over the rest of the field. Alessandro Di Mario, Rossi Moore, the top 3. But Gus Rodeo and Dominic Doyle being able to finish in the top 5 in terms of points, that's great for them.